playoff run. And just for context here, guys, Larry Bird is the only other player to have ever accomplished this, and he did it in 1987. That's when I was born. Dating myself. Shannon, what does this tell you?
Yeah, what did it tell you? I mean, I'm running out of accolades. I mean, I'm going to try to find new words.
Really?
I call Thorndike, Barnhart, and Webster, and it's like, I need new words to describe GOAT. They say, well, you got to wait till the beginning of the year.
I got a new word.
No, don't do that. No, would you have no new words? Skip, I mean, they've been playing 74 years. It's been done one time, Larry Bird in 1987. Now, I get, Skip, earlier in some of the series, it was the best 3 out of 5. But in 87, so in other words, Larry Bird did it in 87. Was Michael Jordan in the league in 87? I just want to make sure it's correct. So was he in the league in 87? So he was in the league from 87 until what? 98. So you said we're not going to count those last 2 years. We're not going to count Washington. And he never did this. He played
game over.
Whoa, talk about. I asked you. I asked you if you wanted to go. You said no. You go ahead. So allow me to have my turn. Thank you. So there were 4 times that Michael Jordan played at least 19 games in the playoffs. Am I correct, Skip? That's at least 19. He did. I mean, the points was good. He get the point. Rebounds, assists. Rebounds. He did that one time. He hit that number right on the head. 150. Never got to the assist total. What I've been trying to tell you, no man has had the responsibilities on his plate that GOAT James had. So it's been done 7 times in NBA history. 6 of those times have been done by one man, GOAT James. Skip, I'm running out of things to say about it.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you explain he's 3 and 6 in the finals?
I mean, he's 3 and 6. No debate about to be 4 and 6. But if you look at the numbers, because see, this is what I love about you guys. You Michael Jordan fans, you love numbers. Love them. Look at what he did against in 86. He averaged 37. He was MVP. He was Defensive Player of the Year. Had a bunch of numbers. What did he win? They had the finals that year. You know the year that he won the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year and averaged all those points? They had an NBA Finals that didn't go off with Michael Jordan in it.
Yeah.
Why?
Once he got there, what started happening?
Whoa.
6 and 0.
You see what it is? Everybody got an opportunity to take their time and develop and understand how to win. Okay. My guy's the GOAT, and your guy isn't.
Just stop it. I feel we're going to get struck by lightning.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Because God's going to say, Shannon, that's enough.
He knows it's the truth. He knows my heart.
My word for LeBron is misleading, because he is the master of the misleading stat. Obviously, he is a stat piler, stat patter. He can roll out of bed and it's 28, 8 and 8, just out of bed without even trying. What happened was 8 straight times in the Eastern Conference, he made it to the finals. That's a lot of basketball games. You're going to pile up lots of numbers, especially when you're as gifted as LeBron James and you have such a high usage rate where you're leading your team in usage rate. You're going to have assists. You should have way more rebounds than you have because you're 6'9", 250, sometimes 260 or 265. And in this case, you went 8 straight times, and 4 times in Miami, you had D. Wade and Chris Bosh as your sidekick, so to speak. 4 times in Cleveland, you had Kevin Love, and 3 of those times you had Kyrie Irving, who did hit the last shot in your one big comeback from 3-1 down against Golden State to win Game 7. And right now, you're on the easiest path to a ring you have ever had. Michael Jordan never got to play a team like the Miami Heat 75-1 preseason to even get to the
Played
NBA
a lot of those
Finals.
in the East, though.
What, are you serious?
Yeah.
It was the Eastern Conference.
No.
That was
just because someone is physical doesn't mean they're talented. They're 2 different things, so stop that.
Okay, so he's piling up stats. 3 times he got to play George Paul's Pacers on these runs through the Eastern Conference. 3 times he got to play the baby dinosaurs featuring DeMar DeRozan, now one of my Spurs. And I just don't trust it, because he's not LeBron James, and LeBron knew it, and he could just bully these teams in submission and just stat pad like crazy, playing entire fourth quarters. I get all that. So I get the numbers. Those are impressive numbers, but we don't focus on the ones that count, like free throw shooting. He is the worst superstar under 7-foot free throw shooter we've ever seen. The worst point guard, two-guard free throw shooter in the history of the playoffs is LeBron James, because he's 73% for his career. That's awful. I mean, Jordan was 84%, and
what was Jordan's three-point percentage?
They didn't even shoot the three.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
It came in effect in 1979.
Okay. By the way, speaking of 3 points, you want a current stat that I love? If we take the Rockets series and the Nuggets series and now the Heat series in the fourth quarters of all those games back to the last 3 series.
So they only play fourth quarters?
Fourth quarters. You tell me that's the money quarter.
That's what you say.
Right now, LeBron in those 3 series is 2 of 23 in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
That's 9%. Does anybody talk about that stat? 2 of 23 in the fourth quarters?
So I just want to make sure I'm here. So we're going to disregard.
You realize he's 0 for 6 in the last 2 games against Miami and 0 for 9 if we go back 3 games.
So are we discounting the first 3 quarters? Ooh. So what did he do in the fourth quarter on Tuesday night? Was that any good?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
No, it was good against the Heat.
Oh, so now it's
playing 3
you see what you do, Skip? You minimize it.
And by the way, do you realize since LeBron came into the league?
Yes.
On free throws with 5 seconds or less to tie or win the game, he is the worst free throw shooter in the league since he came in. He's at 57% of those free throws.
Okay.
Okay, he's an awful late game free throw shooter, but you say that just closes the case. He piles up these numbers in the Eastern Conference, and you say that's it. Closes the case.
Let me ask you a question. Since he's come into the league with a chance to tie or win the game on shots, where does he rank on that?
Yeah, he's made some.
He's made more than you know who. I ain't gonna say his name, but you know who it is. You see right now.
Don't get me started on the ones where he ran from the last shot because he was afraid they'd foul him and send him to the free throw line.
Hold on, you see what you did?
His Achilles heel.
Okay, Tuesday night, he went to the free throw line. He made all 7.
Yep.
He's made all of it. He's making his shots. And now you still talking about now you finding something.
You know what was amazing about that? And I gave him credit for making his 7. Obviously, they weren't shots with, like last second type shots, last 2-minute shots where you got to make free throws to keep your head above water or to win the game. Yeah. They were all on the lead, with the lead or on the lead, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's the only reason they got the lead.
Okay.
Remember, he was on that 7-0 run by himself.
Okay. So he did make the one drive shot and the and one that did give them the lead. I gave him credit for that. That was with like 6-7 minutes to go.
It was 83-83. Jimmy Butler had just made a shot to tie the game at 83.
Okay, I got that. But what amuses me is you had to come in yesterday morning and say, wasn't that great? He made 7 of 7.
No, I didn't say that.
As if it was a big deal.
No.
And because he doesn't usually make 7 of 7. No one ever went in the next day on a talk radio show and said, can you believe Jordan made all 7 of his free throws? He did it all the time. It was commonplace. It's not commonplace for LeBron James.
But we've seen Jordan miss free throws at the end of the game that could have tied it or could have won it. It's happened. So this notion, but what we're seeing, Skip, is that we've never seen a guy, because you got to remember, when Jordan was 35, that was year 13 for him. My guy 35, that's year 17 with 10,000 more minutes on the legs.
And you realize that tomorrow night he will tie Derek Fisher for most playoff games ever played. 259 playoff games. That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Jordan made it to 179.
Why only made it 179?
Because they sent him home for 2 years, and then he retired for 3 years.
Okay, so did they not have the extended playoffs like in 84 to 90? So why did he go?
Well, all he did was his last 6 years in Chicago, he just went and won the whole championship.
I'm talking about, so he only played 6 years in Chicago? I could have sworn he got drafted by the Bulls in 84. So I'm just trying to figure out, what did he do from 84 to 90?
Well, if he hadn't been forced to play baseball for 2 years, he would have won 8 straight finals.
So
8 straight
if
finals?
you don't mind me asking, what year did they force him to play baseball?
Wow.
Was that between 84 and 90? I need you to tell me those years.
Yep, he was up against 3 of the greatest teams ever.
He's the GOAT.